Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Fidel's Outdoors. Today we're going to be installing some button lights from Yak Attack. We're going to be installing them in the front of the kayak. We're going to be installing them in the back of the kayak. I'm really excited to see how they're going to come out. Stick with me and let's dive in. Alright, so I'm going to be going over all the items and tools that we're going to be using for this install. Alright, so first we're going to be using the button lights, and we're going to be using the blue color and the white color that I'm going to be installing. Also, we're going to be installing the waterproof remote control. And the nice thing about this unit, this remote control, is that there's 3 different ways you could activate all the accessories. You could do it with the remote, you could do it manually, and also you could do it with the smartphone if you download the app. But you have to have this unit installed. And next we're going to install this 6 feet control cable extension. Alright. And the other thing is we're going to install the True Hall wiring kit. And the reason why I chose this is because it has more than one applications. You could run one wire and have the other side cover like that, nice, or you could run 2 wires and use it like that. So it has more than one application. The other thing is it has a lot of grommets for different wire or cable size, and they're marked by letters, so that's really nice. Also, we're gonna use a 1/8 drill bit, a 1-inch hole saw, a flashlight, a pen, a Sharpie, a 3/8 ratchet, a small extension, a 16mm socket, the ultra clear silicone, some black electrical tape, masking tape, a drill, razor blades, and zip ties. And the other thing that I used that came in really handy was this flat washer here. Basically what I did was, this is the size of the head of the button light, and basically what I did was I just put it where I was gonna drill the hole, and attached it with the masking tape, and then I just put it next inside that hole, and that's where I'm going to be doing the drilling. So I did that to the other side and also on the back and the other side where I'm installing the button light. Okay. Alright guys, so today I'm going to label all the wires and make sure everything is all organized. For example, the number 1, I'm going to install my fish finder. Number 2, I'm going to install the USB panel. B is going to be for my front lights, the bow. The S is going to be for my stern, the rear lights. And the M is going to be for my navigation lights. And as you remember, last video I installed a battery and a relay box. So today I'm just going to connect those and start drilling the holes to install the button lights. Alright, so my controller switch, this right here, is there temporarily. I'm not going to leave that there. That's going to be installed in my black box. But for now, that's going to stay there until I finish all the interior lights. So right now, let's just install the battery and the USB panel, which wasn't installed from last video. All right, so this here is my battery, and this is the cable, the power cable for the relay box, which I'm going to connect. Alright, we're just going to put that to the side. Now, this cable here is going to be the USB, and we're going to install that to number 2. Alright, so that's number 2, and my USB cable. Alright, so I got those 2 installed, and now I'm just going to install the button lights. Alright, so I'm going to open this package and show you what comes in it. Alright, so these are the 4 things that comes in that package. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to connect this to that end and the other one to the other end, and then this is going to go in that relay box install. Okay, and these are the front, so these are going to be installed in the B, which is the bow, and this is the drill bit that we're going to be using. Alright, so I'm going to do my first pilot hole, and then I'm going to use the correct drill bit. Nice and easy, so you want to make sure that you check behind, that is, you don't have any wires or anything over there. Okay, so I got my first pilot hole. Now I'm going to get the drill bit that came with the button lights. Okay. Alright guys, so before you install this cable in the hole, you want to make sure you take this nut out. Alright, or else you're going to have to start everything all over again. Alright, so we got the nut out. Now we're going to feed the cable in the hole. And as you're feeding the cable in, just make sure that you just keep it nice and straight so it doesn't twist on you. And as you see, this is a very long wire. Okay, so now that I got it installed, I'm going to try to see if I can get it installed by hand first. Trying to keep it nice and straight. So far looking good. Alright, so let me get the socket. And just remember guys, make sure you do not over tighten it. And if it wants to twist, just unwind it correctly. And as you're noticing, I'm not even using the ratchet. I mean, this is going pretty smooth, just by hand. Either that or I got some really strong hands. And that looks about right. Okay, so let's do the next one. All right, so I'm going to drill the next hole. Now I just want to show you something real quick. This is the nut that comes behind here. So this is the nut that you have to remove. Okay, you're not going to need it. Alright. So now let's just feed the wire. Notice I'm taking my time and just trying to make sure it doesn't twist too much. And once again, I'm going to try to start it by hand, nice and straight. And if it wants to twist here, just keep it from twisting. Alright, so now I'm just going to get the socket. And just make sure, do not over tighten. That looks pretty good. Alright, so as you see, I have the wires nice and wrapped, and I put a zip tie on them. Also, I labeled them front B. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect one of them to this connector, and the other one to this connector. And now this is going to go to the B. So I'm going to find the B for bow. Okay. That's a stern. Mischief. And B. Alright, so I found the B, and now this is for the front is going to be connected to the B, which is bow. Alright, so I got that connected nice and neatly. So now I'm going to install the rear lights. The back now. Okay, now we're gonna run the wire. And just make sure that it's nice and straight. And once again, I'm starting it by hand. Make sure that you're not twisting here. So this one's going a little harder, so So I'm going to use the two. And notice I'm going nice and easy. And just making sure that it doesn't twist here. And just make sure, guys, do not over tighten it. Okay. And I got that one all set. Now let's do the next side. Okay. I'm going to use the socket. And I'm just untwisting it nice and easy, taking my time, so that way everything goes nice and smooth. No rush. Alright guys, just remember, do not over tighten. I didn't even use the ratchet, I've just been doing it by hand. Nice and tight. Alright, so I got the wires wrapped nice and neatly. I labeled my rear S to stern. And now we're going to connect these two connectors. And now we got our rear lights connected as well. We're going to tuck these in for now like that. And now we're going to run and do a hole for the extension of the Yak Attack controller switch cable. Alright guys, so we're getting ready to install the through-hole wiring kit. And before I do the installation, I just want to show you a couple of things. The grommet that I'm using for the size hole for my cable, it's the letter C. Make sure you do a slice, like a 45-degree slice on the grommet for a tight seal. Do not cut it right in the middle or it won't seal properly. All right, so I'm using the letter C, and the other one is the solid one is the letter F. Once you have the slice and you pick the grommet you're using, you're going to install it in the cap. And once you install it in the cap, you're going to put the cap on the 1-inch hole that you drill, and you're going to drill a pilot hole for your screw, and then put the screw, and then you're going to put another pilot hole and with the drill bit and put your other screw. So once you got both screws in, you're going to take the cap off, take the grommets, and then you're going to run your wire and do the installation. The nice thing about this setup is that you have different sizes and they're all labeled by letters for different cables and different wires, which is nice. So it's got multi-application uses. All right, and the other thing is I'm going to go over the cables installation. So this is the Yak Attack switch cable, and we added the extension. This is the extension cable, and this is the remote. So this is how it's going to get installed. So you have the switch, the 6-foot extension cable, and then you have the remote control unit here, and then this end is going to go to the relay box in the hatch. Okay, so let's get this installed. All right, so we're going to drill our hole nice and easy. All right, so now I'm going to put the cap in. I'm trying to get it as straight as possible there. All right, so that looks about right. So now I'm going to drill my hole nice and straight. And now that I got my hole done, I'm going to take my screw and I'm going to put the first screw in. And you know what, I think I might have to use a bigger drill bit, because that one's like really small. It's better to go small than too big, and then you got a problem. So I usually start with the smallest. And that one's better. And I'm not going to tighten it too tight because I got to figure out where the other one's going to go. And that looks nice and center. I'm going to do the other hole. Okay. Alright, so now that I got it installed, I'm going to take it out and run the wires. got my extension cable, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the cap, we're going to insert it first. Once we got that in, we're going to take our grommet that has the cut, we're going to insert it on the cable. And now that we have that inserted on the cable, we're going to slide this in. And we want to, actually I want to push this as much as I can. We're going to feed that in through this hole. So let me grab this wire first. So I got the wire, the cable. Alright, so now I'm going to put this grommet on the cap. And I'm going to put my other grommet on the cap. And I can pull on this. And this is going to attach to my controller switch. Now, I'm going to silicone this, but I'm not going to do it just now because I'm also going to be running the transducer cable through here. So I'm just doing this install just to show you guys how to do it. And then on my next video, I'm going to reseal this really good and install the transducer cable. But for now, I'm going to connect everything and show you guys how it's done. And guys, make sure you do not over tighten. Alright, so that's how that goes. Then I'm going to take my extension cable and my switch cable. I'm going to attach them together, lock them in place. And now I'm going to secure and connect the inside cable. Alright, so if I was just doing this complete installation, I would just take my extension cable and attach it to the relay box. But since I have the remote is going to come first. So you're going to take the remote, connect it to the relay box. Alright. Now once I got connected there, I'm going to take my extension and I'm going to attach it to the remote. And then we're going to lock it in place. So now we got everything installed. Alright, so I'm just going to drop this here temporarily, and I'm going to shut the lights off and see how everything is working with the install. Alright guys, so I'm going to turn the lights on and show you how everything works. And just to let you know, this switch here, that's going to go install in my black box, so that's there temporarily. Alright, so we're going to turn the switch on. Alright, we got that on. I got the remote in my hand. Okay, so I'm going to turn the lights off and show you what it looks like. Okay, these are the front lights on, and it looks really, really nice. I am excited. I'm excited so bad. Oh man, I'm really happy. It lights up the whole front of the kayak. All right, so now I'm going to turn the rear lights on, and that lights up really well as well. Okay. That looks really nice. Alright, so I'm going to turn my USB on. And that came on nice. So as you see, guys, it looks really great. And there you have it. The interior lights on the Brooklyn pk13. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video, this DIY video on the lights on this kayak. I got a sneak preview for you guys on my next episode. I'm going to be installing the navigation light from Yak Attack, and I'm planning to put an electric motor on this kayak, which is going to be really nice. That's going to be for the upcoming video. I also going to be installing the Garmin EchoMap Fish Finder GPS. This is going to be for my next install. It's got Navionics. It's got a lot of the toys inside it that way. So if you guys like this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and like always, God bless you. And don't forget to leave a comment on the comment section below. All right, God bless. Catch you on the next video.